Deliver Us the Moon is an exploration game that has a linear narrative written through it. And it takes place around 60 years from now. There is a huge energy source on the moon. The Earth, all the resources have been depleted. And what happens is that this resource coming from the moon suddenly collapsed in a huge blackout. So it's your job to find out what happens. When we wanted to start with game development, this is all the way back to 2013, I think. And what happened is that we really envisioned a big game company in the Netherlands. So we started to test off a lot of different projects, and I remember my brother Paul, who pitched, or at least the whole team pitched ideas to us, and eventually his idea for a game called Moon Man was the origins of Deliver Us the Moon as it is today. And yeah, this has a great inspiration from movies like Duncan Jones' Moon or Interstellar, 2001 Space Odyssey, stuff like that.
Koen and I always have been fascinated about the universe. We have always been trying to philosophize about like how things come together and what our place in this whole big universe is. But yes, when we were thinking about it, our granddad, he was an astronomer, and I think the first time we saw the moon was on a very young age through one of the telescopes he built himself. So I think that had a ripple effect to us making this game. It's kind of an homage to him.
Well, in the beginning, there's no money. We literally started at a kitchen table. So you start to work with a couple of people you know around you that have a certain skill set. And over time, that accumulates people that love the project and really are energized to work on, in the beginning phase, a vision that you have to kind of trust that it goes somewhere. In the beginning, it was a lot of trial and error. So we were trying to build this, it's almost like a cinematic experience. So we were playing around with the music and the environment a lot of level design went into it. We were dancing a little bit with gameplay. The game looked like a Michelin head, and it was just a couple of assets outside, almost functioning as an RTS game, really looking for what is the soul of this game. We do the level design, we do the game design, we do the programming, but as much as you start to delegate, and this is super important, you always pick people that are better than you in a certain area. So over time you accumulate people like animators, game designers, level designers. Everybody's at some point excelling at their detail work, and that gets all these layers more and more beautiful. Feedback is like key in these areas, in these moments. So during in development, it's a Dutch independent showcase back in 2015 where we showcased the first principles of a crash landed capsule on the moon, where there's like the astronaut is coming out and it has such an atmospheric reveal over like a mountain ridge where you see a small base in the background, and that's the first moment where we felt this isolation, the feeling of like no atmosphere around you and you're closed in your suit. So, and that resonated with most players that we found on that event. Deliver Us the Moon took us around 4.5 years to complete. I remember clearly at the end of 2017 we were onwards on getting this game released. We really increased the team, we invested heavily with a publisher, we had everything set up, and this is literally where like a wall hit us in the head. And it was a moment where we had to decide, are we gonna continue this game and finish it, and how? Or is this the end of the entire project? When you are kind of envisioning and you're very artistic, you are more in creative direction, it can be quite hard to also be focused on business. So for Koen and I, we always love to create more, make it bigger, make it more ambitious, but
Of course, you need to take into account that you need to release a game, and if you don't do that, you can't continue this dream of making games, making stories.
We needed to make a decision. What are we gonna do? I mean, are we gonna release this game? The game is not fully finished. We don't have that ending just yet. So at that point I remember, and this is a crazy time because we were working long hours to do this. So of course that takes a toll on you. But eventually that led us to decide to make Deliver Us to Moon for Tuna.
What's your ETA? Make it faster!